Hello, hello. Hello. That scares me when you stand up. I think it's going to chase me out of here, but it's certainly my pleasure on behalf of Muscogee Creek Nation to welcome you to the, I guess I'd say Muscogee Creek Nation Annex. This is Oklahoma side of the Muscogee Creek Nation. And so I want to welcome you. You are within Muscogee Creek Nation reservation boundaries as we sit here tonight, and the very historic place. And where we first settled here and made our government is only about 1 mile from here. Matter of fact, it's 16 blocks. And you're at the Council Oak, where we reformed our government and where we carried out the laws that we carried out in the Southeast. And so, and Tulsa, as you know, is a Creek word, but it's our home. And so again, I want to welcome you to the Muscogee Creek Nation and to all our tribes here that's here with us tonight. It's kind of hard to gather all the words to say to you, because I was sitting here thinking that you know all about us already. So you've seen, and from Alabama, Quasadi, we were in Alabama last weekend, and so that was at the 300th commemoration of the Fort Toulouse. So I went from Saturday being in the 1717 to Sunday being in 1863 with this reenactment of the Honey Springs battlefield, and so today I'm in 2017. So, but I've covered the Trail of Tears within 5 days, so that's doing pretty good.
The 74th Annual SEAC Conference, which stands for the Southeast Archeological Conference, is being held in Tulsa, Oklahoma this year. It's the first time it's been in Oklahoma. Basically, it's a conference for all archaeologists that work in the Southeast, whether they're in academics or professors doing academic research, or they're in the cultural resource field doing surveys, working for federal agencies, students, graduate students that are studying anthropology, archaeology, different various areas like that. There's, I think, over 600 attendees at this conference, and so many of them is the first time being in Oklahoma. And what's unique about this conference coming to Oklahoma is that it's the first time that tribes will have a large presence and participation in the conference, and so that's a big deal.
So we do carry out the traditions that many of you study. You go to the grounds and you look and you try to figure out where was everything and how was it situated and all. And I know some of you Saturday will be going out to Tallahassee, Waugai, and you'll see that we carried on those ceremonies, we carried on those traditions, and we carried on the culture that we did, you know, hundreds of years ago. And we still make sure that we retain those things. That was our life. And we still practice that as our religion, and that's how we worship. And so we want to give you a good welcome to this area here, and hope that you can kind of deviate from your schedule, maybe some, and go to some of the museums or out among the towns. Muscogee, our capital, is about 30 miles south of here, so that's where our headquarters is located, and so that's our seat of government now, and we have a mound building, and so you know it's, as I said, it's hard to get the right words to explain that, but you have to see it to understand how we have adapted, and we've adapted over these at least 190 years, because one line in my family left Georgia in 1826 and got here in 1827. They were one of the first families that were forced out of Georgia and came here.
The opening ceremony was organized to help give an invitation to everybody coming to Tulsa. The Creek Nation founded the city of Tulsa, and so we felt that it would be good to show the attendees, you know, kind of like a good welcome, and to show them a cultural night. And so David Proctor worked in conjunction with Thomas Foster, Dr. Foster, who's a professor at the University of Tulsa and studies archaeology. Southeastern Archeology, and they decided that inviting all the tribes that would like to come and give it a taste of what kind of dances and cultural event tonight for those attendees.
And it's great to be last week, where on my dad's side of the family, they stayed until, around at least 1834 or so. And but this is where we end up, and this is where we picked up. And this is where we reset the government, we reset the grounds. We carried the ashes here and restarted the fires and got on with our lives here. So the things that you study, we still do. And so it's a very unique life that we live here. It's great to me among all the other tribes here, because we all learn from each other, we work with each other, and we do business with each other. And so when you study us back there, you think, well, okay, they did commerce in some way, and they traded and diplomacy. Yeah, we do all of that today. And I just sitting here thinking, yesterday I was with the Seminole chief, I was talking to the Cherokee chief today, we were talking about stuff going on in the state and talking business, and we do that every day. And I'm thinking, okay, a couple hundred years ago they were kind of doing the same thing, and so I hope I'm conveying some sense of that we still do the things that you think may have been gone. You think, okay, they did this here in this spot, but where did they go? Well, many of us are here. We are the descendants of the people that you study.
We're also talking about repatriation and how that's important to tribes also. So it's a flip side of the story that brings everyone hopefully together and listen and learn from each other.
As you see the events tonight, that you understand how we have adapted, how we survived, and how we prospered. I think I mentioned somewhere where I was speaking recently that we were 20,000 in Alabama and Georgia and Florida when we left, and then we got down to about 12,000. Now the Muscogee Creek Nation has more than 84,000 members, and we're the fourth largest tribe in the country. And so again, I want to welcome you to the Muscogee Creek Nation.